Benedict Anderson, Imagined Communities, Reflections on the Origin and Spread of Nationalism. Embark on a journey that unravels the origins and spread of nationalism in Benedict Anderson's seminal work, Imagined Communities. Through a lens that compares nationalism with religious belief systems, Anderson highlights key aspects of how communities formed and evolved over time. In this summary, anticipate themes ranging from the role of sacred languages, the influence of print capitalism, the impact of vernacular newspapers, and the rise of nationalism amid Europe's multinational empires. Uncover the crucial factors that shaped African and Asian national identities, as Anderson demystifies the intricate web of relations and historical events that forged nationalism on a global scale.
Nationalism and Religion. Our existence and mortality are beyond our control, but nationalism and religion provide solace to the human mind by linking the dead, living, and unborn into an eternal chain. Nationalism, however, bears a close resemblance to religious belief systems. This is evident in cenotaphs, which are monuments dedicated to nameless soldiers and represent the ultimate sacrifice and eternity. While traditional belief systems explore questions science cannot answer, modern thoughts remain silent. The emergence of nationalism occurred as religion faltered during the Enlightenment, creating a void that the imagined community of the nation filled. The power of sacred languages. In the past, sacred languages like Quranic Arabic, Chinese, and Latin played a crucial role in holding together religious and imperial communities. These languages were written and read rather than spoken, creating communities of signs. They were also considered truth languages, providing access to the true nature of things. Mastery of these languages allowed for membership in these communities to be expanded indefinitely. However, with the rise of capitalism and the printing press, these sacred languages were replaced by local languages, leading to the fragmentation of shared truth languages and the decline of religion in the late Middle Ages. The power of print. The printing press transformed Europe by making books a mass commodity. Entrepreneurs used print capitalism to appeal to the vernacular market, leading to standardized languages and the first step towards nationalism. The Reformation was also fueled by the printing press, as vernacular language allowed widespread dissemination of ideas. The power of vernacular newspapers. The use of vernacular newspapers in the 19th century helped to create a shared national identity among readers. Previously, religious communities were unified through sacred languages, but printing helped standardize the national languages and allowed readers to imagine themselves as part of a secular community. Vernacular newspapers were particularly significant in this process as they cemented the idea of people as a collective with shared interests. Reading a newspaper became a similar communal act to morning prayer, as readers knew that thousands or millions of others were doing the same thing at that moment. This simultaneous act allowed readers to witness events through a shared national lens, creating a sense of collective interest. The way newspapers define newsworthiness creates a national interest and fosters an imagined community of the nation, where people can feel connected to others they will never meet. The Philological Revolution. European study of languages led to the Philological Revolution, creating a lexicographic revolution and the basis for nationalist organizations in the 19th century. This led to the demise of sacred languages and the discovery that Europe was not necessarily the best civilization in a pluralistic world. The scientific subject that regarded evolution as its core, philology, compared linguistic developments and led to the molding of modern literary languages. Through the systematization of vernaculars, unique communities were formed, leading to the basis of nationalist organizations. Nationalism and the demise of multinational empires. In the late 19th century, nationalist movements began to undermine multinational empires in Europe. These empires, like the Habsburgs in Vienna and the Romanovs in St. Petersburg, contained various ethnic groups and languages, making it difficult to develop a unifying framework. The rise of nationalism meant that people like Antonin, who preferred to use their mother tongue and seek fellow Czech rule, became a problem for those in power. Emperors like Joseph II believed that imposing German as the state language would unify the empire, but nationalists saw it as aligning the state with one minority group. Other empires attempted to break away from this bind by creating official nationalism and imposing it on minorities, but this led to massive unrest and open rebellions. In conclusion, the idea of nationalism, which advocates for people to be ruled by those who share their language and culture, was incompatible with the logic of multinational empires. Colonies to nations. The dismantling of Europe's empires left them wondering how their colonies would fare. But Asian and African intellectuals, influenced by European ideas and experiences of colonialism, went on to create their own independent nations. Factors that aided in this change included technological advancements, centralized education systems in the colonies, and European racism that led to collective solidarity among colonial subjects. This new class of bilingual, Western-educated intellectuals led countries like Angola, Egypt, and Vietnam to independence.
Benedict Anderson's Imagined Communities takes readers on a comprehensive exploration of the origin and spread of nationalism, uncovering significant parallels with religious belief systems. The book delves into the power of sacred languages in creating communities, the transformative role of print capitalism in consolidating national languages, and the impact of vernacular newspapers in cementing the idea of a collective with shared interests. Anderson also emphasizes the undermining influence of nationalism on Europe's multinational empires and illustrates how African and Asian intellectuals drew inspiration from European ideas and experiences to establish their own independent nations. By shedding light on these pivotal themes, Anderson provides an engaging and instructive analysis of the development and shaping of national communities across the globe.